Hey, welcome to On the Path podcast with Cheryl Nembhard. You know, since I was a kid, I was told my conversations were way too deep. Well, now it's paying off. Join me and the names you know as we go deep into their personal stories of triumph, tragedy, and the lessons they've learned along the way. Friends, this crazy, overwhelming life we live calls for some serious encouragement and inspiration. So grab a cup of coffee and get your notebook because we're going into the classroom of life. So let's get lifted with faith-filled conversations. I'll see you on the path.
You're listening to On the Path with Cheryl Nembhard, brought to you by Compassion Canada.
Hey guys, it's another episode of On the Path, and we are so excited over here. We are buzzing because there is a film coming that is going to ignite your heart, and I gave away a little bit of a tease there. We are talking about the incredible new film Soul on Fire, which comes to theaters across North America nationwide on October the 10th, and it's starring some heavyweights, y'all. Let me give you some names. Joel Courtney. It stars John Corbett, William H. Macy, Devon Franklin, and many others. And it's directed by Sean McNamara. And I got to sit with the incredible John O'Leary and Joel Courtney. And let me tell you, I was blown away by their hearts for this film. Let me tell you a little bit about these two incredible people. John O'Leary in 1987 was a curious 9-year-old boy playing with fire and gasoline. And John created, unfortunately, a massive explosion in his home and was burned, guys, on 100% of his body. He was given less than a 1% chance to live. Today, John is a 2-time best-selling author of On Fire, The 7 Choices to Ignite a Radically Inspired Life, and In Awe, Rediscover Your Childlike Wonder to Unleash Inspiration, Meaning, and Joy. John's award-winning Live Inspired podcast has more than 7 million downloads and enjoys world-class guests such as Brene Brown, wow, Mitch Albom, Jackie Joyner-Kersee, and Bob Costas. John's story is taking on a new form now in this full-length feature film starring these incredible artists, and Soul on Fire will be released again on October the 10th nationwide in theaters. And let me tell you about the incredible lead actor, Joel Courtney. Joel Courtney most recently starred in the Netflix romantic comedy Players opposite Gina Rodriguez. And that was released earlier this year. And he just wrapped leading roles in 40 Dates and 40 Nights. I love that title, alongside Bailey Madison. Joel played the lead opposite Kelsey Grammer. You may have seen him in this film, which did so well, guys. Lionsgate's Jesus Revolution, which became the studio's highest grossing film, guys, since 2019. Joel first captured attention with his breakout performance in J.J. Abrams' Super 8 in 2011 and went on to star in numerous films, most notably as the leading man in Netflix's global hit, The Kissing Booth trilogy. And I got to speak with these two incredible men about the heart behind the film, their hope for it, how this role has stretched Joel and made him an even better actor in his craft, and how faith played a role not only in John's survival, but in his everyday life as an adult. Guys, what a great conversation. Get ready. Here they come. Would you welcome, please, John O'Leary and Joel Courtney to On the Path? You guys look handsome today.
Thank you. Joel gets that a lot. I've never heard that before. So I'd like you to just keep talking because you are preaching my language right now.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen, I usually start our television show with a question of if your life was a movie, but we don't need to do that today because literally, John, your life is a movie. I wonder, what was your hope? What did you want to connect in terms of your journey, your overcoming from that tragedy? Do you feel like the movie captured it? And what do you hope that the audience will come away with?
So let me just start by thanking you for having us on. Like, this is an honor. When I was a kid, I got burned in the Midwest of the U.S. So in the middle part of the country, man, I'm in this house fire, burned on 100% of my body. Should have died, Cheryl, like totally should have died. Spent 5.5 months in hospital, and then a lifetime afterwards trying to pretend like I was normal, but never feeling comfortable in my own skin. My hope for the film at the culmination was not that they would see John O'Leary doing these big keynotes in front of 28,000 or see John ending up with the pretty girl and the 4 kids. My hope was that they would recognize in their brokenness, God can work. That through all things, something beautiful can be redeemed out of it. And ultimately, for us in this story, the real hero in the film is not John O'Leary or Joel Courtney, who portrays him. The real hero are the ordinary folks who sweep him up and love him forward. So you asked the question, did the film portray that? And it's perfect. It's a beautiful film celebrating God working in community. So yeah, it did an incredible job.
It absolutely did. I got to watch it with my family. I'm not going to lie, I'm not an emotional person. I did have to pull out the Kleenex. It was one of those ones, guys. It's going to pull out all the emotions. And to you, Joel, man, just so proud of your journey, watching you grow as an actor, as an artist. I mean, from Super 8 to Kissing Booth to Jesus Revolution. I wonder, what drew you to this story? What was it that you thought, I need to do this?
When I first read the script, I was just immediately taken by John's journey and how much he overcame and how I felt encouraged and honestly motivated to want to do more, to overcome, to fight, to demand more of myself and to give more of myself away as much as possible. And I immediately recognized that's what I want an audience to take away, just the exact same thing that I did. And so that's really what drew me in immediately. When I read the script, I was just fired up and excited by this story that I've now become very familiar with. But as a first time hearing about it, I was just like, if this is what I'm taking away, an audience could too, this could change people's lives. And that I got just so excited about. And I had to be a part of it.
So, guys, one thing about our show here is that we talk about what were the lessons that you learned? How did God meet you in the rock bottom? John, you are an ambassador of this. Please tell me, what was it that made you not give up? And how did you keep going? Talk a little bit about how faith played a role for you.
Yeah. So I don't usually share this detail, but it's important, I think. When I was burned, I came into the hospital not only covered with burns, but my clothes and skin had been burnt off entirely. It's a desperate situation. I am dying. So I'm looking up to my mother for hope, and I said, Mom, am I going to die? Am I going to die? And she has my hand in hers. She pats my bald head, and she says, do you want to? Your choice, not mine. And I said, no, Mom, I don't want to die. I want to live. And her response was, good. Then look at me, sweets. Take the hand of Jesus. Walk the journey with him, and you fight like you never fought before. And so how does that connect back to my faith? Well, the day literally before I was burned, it was January 17th, I was burned. On the 16th, I went to a Christian school, had to draw a picture of Jesus walking on water, calling Peter out of the boat. And so I have this picture in my mind of Jesus calling Peter out, the 11 in the boat. And I knew as a kid, I'm going to get out of the boat. If I'm ever called, I'll take the hand of God, I'll walk with him. And here it comes to pass, a day after that drawing, my mom gives me that invitation. Get out of the boat. Take his hand, walk. And so I had no idea what burn care meant or amputations might look like or skin grafts, but I knew what it meant to take the hand of God, shut my eyes and walk. And Cheryl, that's what I did as a 9-year-old, and candidly, as a 48-year-old, that's what I'm still doing.
Wow. I got just 2 more questions. You guys are awesome. Joel, how did this role stretch you? Just as an actor, as you're someone continuing to work on your craft?
Yeah, thank you. That's a fun question. This was challenging in a different way from any other film I've ever done before, specifically physically. For John, just the motion of his body, how he holds himself.
Perfectly. Like he's
perfectly,
never played someone that's athletic.
Yes.
And it was trying.
It was trying. And we had many conversations about how in college you would hide your hands behind your back And when you were a little older and you'd come into yourself more, you would hold them more in front of yourself.
Right.
And so there were different ages had different physical tells, maybe would be the word that you would do. And it was just being conscious of at what point in John's life and how much growth had he experienced, and an openness had he accepted at that period in his life, and that would tell me kind of where we were physically with John. And so it was a lot of attention to detail. It wasn't perfect.
It was perfect.
There were things that I watch now, I'm like, I think maybe, a little tweak. But I'm as an actor, I'm hard on myself. It's hard to watch, my film. I'm very critical, and it can always be better. But super proud of it, and it was an incredible journey.
And you did an incredible job, Joel. Kudos to you. Guys, I got a speed round for you, 30 seconds. Cake or pie?
Pie.
Pie.
Shout it out. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Sitting behind home plate at baseball or the end zone at the NFL?
End zone.
Oh.
I love it. I love it. Night shoots or morning shoots?
Morning shoots.
Morning.
And the last one, Battle of the Toms, Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
I'll take Cruise, man. Give me some action.
Guys, thank you so much for being on the path, and we cannot wait to tell the world about your incredible film.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for listening to On the Path with Cheryl Nembhard, brought to you by Compassion Canada.